I, along with Senator Barrasso, Collins, and Cornyn, had an opportunity to visit this past weekend with President Zelenskyy in Kyiv. I think I can report what you've already recorded over and over again, the determination of the Ukrainian people to defeat the Russians, to push them out of Ukrainian territory. All they're asking from all of us is help, and we're providing significant help this week. We're not in this alone. This is not a charitable operation. The European countries have contributed mightily, not only in absorbing refugees, but in providing arms and support in every way. This is also important to remind those who think we ought to be focusing on Asia that both the Prime Minister of Japan and the Defense Minister in Japan say the single most important thing we can do to push back against potential Chinese aggression is to help the Ukrainians defeat the Russians in this current conflict. President Xi is watching as this unfolds. What is the message he takes out of this? It needs to be that this kind of aggression is counterproductive and will not produce an outcome that you want. We then went to Stockholm and to Helsinki and had the opportunity to be there just as they were debating their decision to request admission to NATO. Met with the Prime Minister in Sweden, the Prime Minister and the President in Finland. Enjoyed witnessing their enthusiasm for this big step. To show you what a big step it is in Sweden, they've not been a part of any alliance in 200 years. So this is a big step for the Swedes to go in this direction. As you know, Finland also has declared a kind of neutral position in between Russia and NATO. They're enthusiastically anxious to be a part of NATO now. Another outcome produced by Vladimir Putin's aggression. Both of these countries, however, being wary about the Russians over the years, are extremely well prepared to become part of NATO now. Finland already spends 2% of GDP. Sweden is rapidly approaching 2% of GDP. They both have highly successful militaries, much more successful militaries than some of the current members of NATO. So they are value added to the NATO alliance. What they're curious about is how long will it take us to ratify their admission, and I told them that our goal on an overwhelming bipartisan basis would be to get that done as rapidly as possible. Some procedural hoops through which we have to jump may prevent us from being first, but I'd love to be first, and we're going to do everything we can on a bipartisan basis to push admission to NATO as rapidly as possible.